Hey guys, I just got done watching one of Commander Hall's videos. The title is called "You Guys Can't Do This on Private Property" or something to that effect, and it's a hilarious video. His videos always make me laugh. So, let me get back to business right now. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about another video that was made by Certified Security Guard. If you haven't already subscribed to his channel, he's a new YouTuber and new content creator, and he has some excellent questions. He doesn't give you an answer in a lot of the videos, but he leaves open-ended questions for you, such as, what would you do? So in his video, he talked about an active shooter situation at a hospital and you're working unarmed. What would you do? And I actually thought about this because I worked unarmed private security at a hospital before, and I was thinking, well, what should I do if there's an active shooter? You see, at my hospital, we have a plan, and this plan was the best plan that anyone ever developed. We are unarmed security, by the way. So the plan revolved around approaching the active shooter from different directions. One guy approaches from this direction, the other approaches from maybe the stairwell. So then you intercept him. What kind of an idiot made this plan up? This is called the suicide mission plan. What are you gonna do when you encounter this active shooter? Okay, you're gonna approach him from two different directions. And what are you gonna do? You're gonna ask him to put the gun down? Are you going to do a gun grab and take it away from him? It's just the logic that goes into these hospital administrators. And there really is no logic behind this. I mean, this is strictly a suicide mission. So at that current time, these were my plans, being unarmed. And by the way, I wore body armor. I was the only private security officer. At that time, they were called PSOs, or Public Safety Officer 1 and 2. I was a Public Safety Officer 2. It just meant I had a little bit of experience. And I got paid a little bit more. So I was a PSO 2, still unarmed, just a baton and pepper spray, but no firearm. And I still wore my body armor. And it was for those situations. I worked in a dangerous area. You would have... Put it this way, it's common for a gang member to shoot another gang member, that gang member be transported to the hospital, and en route to the hospital, somebody from the gang would gun this person down or pay this person a visit at the hospital. At our hospital, we actually had a bullet hole that was still lodged in one of the walls inside the ambulance bay. In this area, they don't mess around at all. So what my plan was to run as fast as I can to the parking lot where my POV is, my personally owned vehicle, and open up the trunk. And I'm not saying that I put something in there. I'm just saying that maybe there was a Mini 14 that was ready to go, just in case something happened. All iron sights, old-fashioned, good old Ruger Mini 14. And that would have stopped the situation. .223 caliber does a great job going through level 3A body armor. And shot placement to the head, the timeout box is also very doable with those iron sights. So that was a plan. Again, I'm not saying that there was something in the trunk, but that was a plan. Now, some of you might be saying, well, Sean, I'm not as crazy, I'm not as risky as you. Well, you can't be as risky as me because you can't prove what was in my trunk. Anyhow, so you might be saying, hey, you know what, Sean, I have no access to weapon at all. And that's fair game. So in that predicament, you guys, it is totally on you. It doesn't matter what company policies and procedures, what they state. What's more important are your own values. Being in that predicament, and honest to God, I've never been in an active shooter situation, referring to somebody actively shooting or killing people in the workplace. I've never been in that situation, but I thought about plans. What exactly would I do? So my plan is to get off the X, to get out of there and take as many people as I can with me. And what I mean by that is those who are not ambulatory, so maybe hospital patients. See, the nurses, they could run off to safety, you guys. I don't have to protect nurses. They're usually in good health, good physical condition. The EMT techs, the doctors, all the medical staff people. If you're working in a hospital environment, you're generally healthy. Obviously not everybody, and you don't have that many physical limitations. Those people are, I'm not even concerned about them. When the shots start ringing out, they'll run somewhere. But in this predicament, I will try to get anybody that's not ambulatory. I'll wheel them out in the bed. If I can, obviously the children go first. On top of that, the mothers go first, or women go first, and then I start moving up from age. Now, I know this sounds bad, but if I have a little kid in there that's 2 years old, and then I have somebody that is 90 years old, well, that 90-year-old had 88 years to enjoy their life over this 2-year-old. So it's a screwed up rationale, but that's how I want to say, triage the situation when the shots are ringing out. Now, some of you might be saying, well, Sean, what if the gunman just comes inside of the emergency room and just starts shooting at everybody? That's still my procedure, but with all honesty, you guys, if they're shooting, I need to get out of there. I need to get off the X. It's very difficult to be the hero when you don't have any weapons. I'm not going to go against an active shooter with my hands or with a baton or a pepper spray. It's a suicide mission. I will risk myself as much as possible, but in the end, the midbrain, this part of your brain, tells yourself during a stressful situation, hey, you know what? We're gonna protect this part of the brain, and we're gonna do whatever we can to do that. If that involves just running when the shots are ringing out, just to start running somewhere, running out of there, well, that's what's gonna probably end up happening in real life. And I wish I could be on camera showing all you guys how much of a hero I'd be and attempt to do a gun disarm in the face of rounds being shot in my direction. But the honest truth right now, as I speak to you, I don't think that's going to happen. You can die a hero, but ultimately, you guys, it's not. You might not even save anybody in the process as well. Also, if you're able to escape, you're able to call somebody that can help you, because obviously the hospital administrators has decided that your life is not valuable. That's why they decided not to arm you. They looked over liability, and they thought that that's too much of a liability. They thought that you're a liability and you're not an asset to the hospital. That's where their thoughts were when they decide not to arm you. So, being in this predicament, I would run off to a position of cover as far away from the hospital as I can, but in such a way that I'm able to observe what is going on, and then I'll call 911, call somebody that's able to help, the police, and I'll give a full description, types of weapons that they have, and their last direction of travel, how many people are in the hospital, and then from there, whoever's wounded coming out of the hospital, I would start rendering medical aid as long as the gunman isn't in the area. There's so much more to discuss, ladies and gentlemen. They have 40-hour courses that discuss active shooter, active killer incidents as well. So I'm trying to cover this within less than 10 minutes. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are. What would you do if you're unarmed, working in a hospital, or working in the type of environment that you do, and there is a man with a gun at your post, and he's taking lives? What would you do? Let me know what your thoughts are, concerns. Looking forward to the dialogue. Take care.